Hello, travelers, and welcome. My name is Leah, aka Windflower Leah, and I'll be interviewing one of our top 8 players from the Prince Cup Atlantic Tournament, RunaTobio. Hi, Runa.
I'm Runa. I'm from Boston, and my favorite Genshin character is Leiden Shogun.
So, bouncing off this question, how did you first get into Genshin and Genius Invocation TCG, that game mode? Because they're kind of separate, right? So,
Yes, I first got into Genshin Impact was through the 2.0 Inazuma PV. I was really attracted by the overall quality of the game. As for Genius Invocation TCG, I started to play it was actually because I wanted to collect in-game achievements and get primogems, but then I kind of felt addicted to a deck called Paro Kuching. I really liked to play that deck, and I kept playing it and became a deep Genius Invocation player.
So, just to bounce off your answer here, Pyro Kuching is a deck that was a staple from the very beginning of Genius Invocation TCG, and it's went through a couple changes in the meta. It's not really normally played these days, but it did go through a transformation using Thunder Manifestation instead of Kuching. So, what do you think about that change?
I think either Kuching or other characters, they all have their own benefits, advantages. For me, I like Kuching more. And also, I think next version, maybe we can play Paro Kuching again. I really expect that.
That would be really exciting. So, during the qualifiers, you once fell into the lower bracket, but it didn't seem to affect your performance in the competition. Do you have any tips for those watching at home? Because I'm sure there's other players watching this interview.
Yeah, I think I'd like to share that I actually went back and watched all the recordings and realized that I had big or small misplays in every game. So I think my tips is don't afraid that you may make mistakes because everyone makes misplays. Yeah, and also I did more practice after week 1, so I had more confidence and less nerves in week 2.
Speaking of which, so you did make it to the top 8, and this is not your first showing at the live tournament. You were at the North American Prince Cup tournament from last year, so how does it feel to be back again?
I definitely feel both excited and nervous to be in the offline tournament again, but different from last year when I didn't know any players. Now I'm friends with many of the participants like Jobo Wizard, Yahida, Tim, Kevin. So although I think I'm still gonna be super nervous on stage, I really excited to see my friends again.
Is there any opponent you particularly want to face?
First, I want to say is Kevin. I don't really want to face him in tournaments, but we all expecting to see his face revealing because he didn't show up last year.
Yeah.
And for me, another one on the mention is Nyahida, because he has beaten me 2 times in last year's Prince Cup and also in Castel Gatherings knockout stage. And he's my round 1 opponent this year again. I'm not confident at all to say that I can beat him this time, but I really value the opportunity I can have a match with him again.
Lastly, do you have any words of encouragement for yourself or maybe a declaration for the competition? Is there anything you want to say going into the top 8?
I really don't do this kind of thing. I'll say just ganbatte Runa, ganbatte Nyahida.
So, Runa, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me today. Is there anything you want to say to the audience?
Please watch Prince Cup.
And I look forward to seeing you in Los Angeles for the tournament. So, thank you so much for watching this interview. This has been Leah, aka Windflower Leah, interviewing our top 8 player RunaTobio for the Astro Carnival Prince Cup Atlantic Tournament. We'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye!